So I've got a tub in here that's full, a big bucket full of all different wormer, click, which does flies and other porous things with guns and that. And I was sick of it, having tried and root it out and haven't got anywhere to put it. So anyway, I thought the best thing to do is put it up on, make a shelf as such. It's not a big shelf, but I could always extend it more. But we'll just see how it goes. I think that'll do for now. Just try to tidy up in here because it just try and, instead of having things here, there, everywhere, just try and make it neater and a bit tidier, and just, you know, and also when you're working with sheep in here, it's just there. If you want something, it's there. Whilst if it's down back of there, or that's my bucket that I had it in, all different things, like there's stuff there, but that's just lambing time, which can stay in the bucket. It's not one of them that you're going to have to get out every 5 minutes. Whilst in bucket, down there you have to root about, it's all higgledy-diggly and you don't know what is, so there you can see what you want, and it's like I've got another shelf here, just there, and that's all different things on, but there's not enough room, so just tidied it up a bit. So you've seen my new trough, and I'm going to show you where it's going now. Just going to drop in that gap there. So many years ago, well not many, like when COVID was on, when COVID were on go, we've got this area here that was an old feed trough, and instead of having it as a feed trough, I put it, because we don't feed like this anymore, I put a water trough here. I've got 3 in a line. Because the roof behind me, the bad idea were the feed trough was there and the roof used to have guttering on, and as you can see, it's a low roof and cows can scratch on it. So as they came to eat, they'd scratch on the guttering, scratching their heads and everything like they do, and then the guttering would break and the clips would break. So water used to come down and this roof goes onto there and then drops down, and it used to just wet all the silage and everything that you were feeding, so it were a bad idea really. So what I thought about doing, I thought I could put, first thing were, I wouldn't have put all 3 troughs here. I'd have put one in and had the guttering come to it, is what I thought, and put it into trough or some sort of idea. But I couldn't put guttering on because the cows would start scratching. So instead I just put 3 troughs on, and in the winter time I turn it off on my stop tap up there, and when it rains, all the water off this roof goes onto that roof, all the water as well that goes on that roof comes down, drops in trough. And on the other side, the floor's a lot lower, and this is a loose box where we carve cows, and water used to come down and then drop underneath and make its way through the wall and make it wet in there and everything. And before you know it, all bedding's wet, and you're bedding them twice, you know, trying to soak it up. It was bad, it's just bad. So my idea was put troughs on. Now, put that one on first, and then I put that one on, then that one, but these 2 I got together. That one I got a year later, and now this year I'm just putting the last one on, because there's a fair bit of water that comes off this roof. And here, where we are in Derbyshire, we suffer badly on this farm with water pressure. We don't have, like, we're not near a big town or wherever, we're out in countryside, in sticks, and we get bad weather, we get bad water freezes all, you know, in a hard frost, certain troughs will freeze up. We're sort of bad, we're in the elements here, so having an extra trough here will just help it. And in the summer, because in the winter when troughs all freeze up and everything, we have got about a day's supply of water dry, so in the daytime, as it's thawing out, the troughs start working and the cows have still got a lot of water sat in the troughs for them to drink, which is what I like. Now, in the summer, it's the opposite. The cows are drinking all the time with it hot and everything. I mean, it's not today, but usually they're drinking a lot. I suppose we are a bit early, so having an extra trough here will just help a lot. And it's a 9 foot to the end of here, where the wall where I was ideally was going to put it. But as far as I'm aware, you can only get an 8 foot, and then it jumps up to a 10 foot trough. So I've had to go for an 8 foot. So it's not the end of the world. I've got an idea on how I'm going to do it, but an 8 foot trough will be ample, more than enough. So we'll go and fetch it, bring it up, level this stone out, because when I did that trough last, I put a lot of rubble in here as well, because I always knew I was going to put another trough here, because also the cows have scratched, and this is an old window into there, and that's all buggered. Block work I've repointed, I've redone that block ramp fell out last winter, and that one was a bit sketchy, and I've just redone odd bits. But it's a time of year to be sort of just thinking, just sort of getting things ready, because just like that it'll be back end again, winter, cows are coming back in, so it's just nice to get these jobs in, especially now I don't have to rush when the cows are out, because since yard's empty and everything, it's not milking time yet, but I can do this without them coming and disturbing me, because they just come and nibble, take me tools, they rob me blind, they do. Well, we've made it. Now all we've got to do is go and get some stone and just finish bulking that bit up that I've already started. Just try and get some smaller stuff and just level it up a bit. On our way to the stone pile, and there's the bales that we made on the last video, all nice and stacked. So there should be some nice smaller stuff buried in here, but to save the aggro, 3, 2, 1. So I've got this much. I don't want to get an awful lot, because I'm not doing it for fun of it, and it only needs a little bit, so it might not even need all this. So we'll take it and see how much we've got. So I hope you can tell what I'm trying to do. I'm just tipping a bit out, picking stuff up. There's a hole there, perfect. Another one here, and then slotting it down there. We'll go when I've finished with it. Something like that. And then just sort the rest out. So what I'm trying to do with this rare machine here, you see, it's here and it's sloping this side, so it's sloping this way. Just try to think, sorry. What I want is, I want it like this one here, and it's the pressure is pushing against here. It's higher on this, it's higher that side and it's lower this side. So if the water ever flows over, like when at winter time, when sometimes I switch them off, or when it's going to rain heavy I switch them off, because when the cows drink it dry and it rains, it just fills back up. Is if they flow over this side and it goes onto the yard here, not that side into the shed. So that's what I'm just trying to figure out, because at the minute it's higher this side, so the water would flow into the shed, but it's only a little bit here. Now once I go and get another load of stone, gravelly stuff, and plonk it in here, I'll put it up against, mainly up against that side, and it'll just level it up lovely then. But there's odd little bits, like there's a gap here that wants doing. And so I'm just going along and just putting the spirit level on. Like that there's just right, it don't want any gravel there, that's what we want to work to. So I'm just wanting to pick some of this gravelly stone up, and we'll see what we get anyway. See, there is a few big bits in there, but it shouldn't be too much. Yeah, I'd say that's alright. These big bits, well, these chunks, well, we are a bit short of stone, so we'll find a place for them. So there we go, finished project. I did have 2 stones that I couldn't fit in, and I've got a little bit left in the bucket, but we're about there ready to drop it on now. So what we'll do is we'll go and pick it up, plonk it on, see how it is for level, and if anything needs altering, then it's better to do it now than when I've taken all this back and everything else. So yeah, we'll do that. Right, if you get one end, I'll get this end and we'll lift it on. No? No, you, alright, I'll do it, you stop there. Thank God it's not full of water. So she is just running up that side a little bit, so where I want it to. JCB's running because it was tilted a bit more, so I thought I'd just squash it a bit down, see if it'd try and push down a bit. But also because it's a bit more, when you look at it, a bit more lean on than this one. As it gets full of water, and over time it'll slowly level itself out, because this one here, because I remember this one being on a lot more of a lean than when I put that one in, but it's slowly leveling itself out, because when I put spirit level on it, only a little bit, and I can remember when that were a lot. I can remember putting this one in 2 years ago and it were on about the same amount of lean as that one, so over time it's just slowly, as the weight of water gets in and that, it slowly levelled itself up a bit and compacted, and this one will do the same. So all that's left to do now is just couple it up with water fittings and put pipe in and get it filling really. What I'll do here is put some concrete blocks in, some hollow breeze blocks that we've got just out really, that'll fit in. It doesn't have to be a top-notch job because it's only cows and muck will cover it and everything, so I'll put some across there like that and drop a pin in here like I've done with this one, which is a pin into ground and well into concrete and just a piece of wood there just holding it. So I'll do that because that end will flip out when it's not full and this bar's holding this side. So yeah, we're getting there. So I've got my bull tap on and my connection. It just needs piping into there. What I'll do is I'll cut it somewhere here and then loop it over and across. But yeah, we're getting there. So I've made me cut for my tea. There we are. There's my tea. I've just got to connect in. I know it looks rough and I haven't put my bars in, but it's just getting to the time now where milk cows start coming up. And I've shut them out at yard, so they probably want to come back for some water anyway. They have got watered out fields and there's other troughs, but once they drink them dry, then they start coming back and having these. And it's getting towards 3 o'clock, so it's time I get this water on. I can always do it another day. It's not like they're going to start nibbling fruit pipe just now. Like I can do that. They're going back out, so after they've been milked. So we'll put it on, get it running, get some water in it, so then it hopefully won't move for tonight. And I can come and do a bit more whilst cows are in here. So yeah, let's go and switch it on. Can't see anything happening yet, but it's too early because once the pipe fills up, that's when pressure gets on. So if I move this, cut water off, this is the breaking point. When the water's built up in the pipe and it's got pressure on, that's when you get your leaks. So far, it's doing alright so far. So we've already found one leak. See it dripping. I have put plumber's tape on that, but it must need a bit more on, so we'll do that. I've been here about half an hour. When I repaired this, oh, it's still doing it, yeah. Right, when I repaired this with the plumbing tape, this has started leaking, which is still leaking. That's a pain in the bum. And then this started leaking, this one here. So I've had a bit of a time of it recently, and it's gone free. It's nearly 3:30, and I've got to tidy my tools up that let cows on. Got a fair bit of water in already, so it shouldn't flip off at that side. Hopefully, these famous last words, but it's dripping a little bit here. So I'll have to come back and repair that later. So I'm back now, it's after milking and I've brought some tools with me, and I've got my special assistant with a new hammer, new hammer. It's made in Britain, so it'll be long lasting. What I'm going to do is, where is it? Here, I've got this pin. I'm going to drop it in so it'll sit up against it. And we've got also another idea that I've had, brainwave. To protect this against them nibbling, because cows are buggers for nibbling, I'm going to drop this down there and then screw it into the wood window frame. You know, I don't think anyone will care if you have to look through or not, so. But that'll just protect cows from nibbling on it, and do the same with one over there. There's another one there. A T. So we'll crack on with it. Feels like. So I've been and got some pallet wood and different odd bits I've got scratching about, but I've managed to prise a bit of wood behind, so it'll just help hold it in case whenever it's empty and you start rattling with it. So all that's left to do now is just do them where the T's are, and then we've done for night now. Come on then. That's long enough.
No, that's not long enough.
No. I'll have some longer ones in my bucket. It's like pick and mix that.
Look at it.
Look at it. No, not long. I've got some longer ones somewhere. Take two.
Take two.
Ah, there's wood.
It's been for a longer screw.
I'll load it till morning when all that's there. I think we'll leave it at that for tonight, because we've got to go and bottle feed lambs and do so. Well, I'll catch you in the morning when hopefully I'm doing my blocking work at that end of the trough. So I'll catch you then. So that first load that I've done, I've plonked it here and put first block on. Try and square it up a bit with that. It is level. I've got another block that will go at the side, and then put two across the other way. So two that way, one here, one there, one that way, another one that way, and then that'll do it. But I'll have to go and mix some more. So that's perfect as that. So we'll go and mix. So I've got them set how I want them. It's not pretty. This one here wants just sort of squaring up a bit like that, because it's a bit wonky, isn't it? That one on the left's fine. This one here just wants a bit of TLC. And then what I'm going to do is shift any of this that's run over, fill the gap like I've done all the way down here. And then it's just ready for the last two, plonk them on top. So I've put the next one on and straightened all this up. I do wish I mixed it a bit thicker now, but hindsight's a wonderful thing. There, I think we're about ready. So here's the finished article. It just wants a bit more tidying up. Like I said, the stuff that I've mixed is probably a bit too wet. So what I'll do is I'll leave it. It's getting towards dinner time now. I've been at it a while, so I'll come back after in an hour or two and then just redo everything when it's gone a bit drier. There's a bit of a wind blowing on it, which is helping job, but far from that, I'm quite happy at what it looks like. I know it's not overly pretty, but I mixed more than enough because I was able to fill in all the holes and put a nice lid top bit on. So yeah, I think it just wants leaving. It's very wet, so it just wants leaving a bit, and then just come and trowel it up a bit more. But yeah, I'm happy at that. So it's the day after now, and this has gone hard. So I call that a success. So I'm going to leave the video there, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you.